You don't want all the waves going up at the same time. There was a wonderful war artist in the Crimea called, Colin would be interested in this, called Lady Elizabeth Butler, whose husband was an officer in the Crimea. And she's did some wonderful war paintings, which are in the Chelsea barracks. And she was famous for doing a picture of the charge of the Life Brigade. And there was only one thing wrong with the picture, was all the horses had their hooves in the air at the same time. You see, there weren't any cameras about, and so they were all like that. No, but it was still a wonderful picture, you know. So it's so you know, there's a little bit of a break in it, you see. And just let the brush float, you see. And you're looking for shapes all the time, interesting shapes that will. There we are. And we want a little bit of shadow on those waves, the foam, because you know they're. So if we, just sort of put some into shadow, you see, and a bit of shadow in there, a bit of shadow there, a bit of shadow. Perhaps block that off a bit. It's a bit too stark, you see. And we block all that off because I don't want you to look there, and perhaps soften this a bit down here, and it's all interlocking shapes. This is what you're aiming for, right? And now there is a so-called tradition going around that you have to have transparent watercolour. And in fact, there are about the Transparent Watercolour Society. Now, if you want to go down that road, well, I think really you're forcing yourself into a corner and calling yourself craftsman rather than artist. Now, an artist will use anything if it will improve the picture. And in fact, some of the greatest watercolourists that ever lived, Turner, had white everywhere. And, all the old painters used to use white in their watercolours. And I'm not averse to that. But you get these societies, or if there's the slightest bit of white, they turf the picture out of the exhibition, What a load of rubbish that is, And so I sometimes put a little bit of white in to put a bit of dynamic into the picture. And so I'll mix a bit of white here, you see. You see, I can flick a bit of white on there. See? It'll give you and maybe a bit there, see. Ooh, come on. Get in there, my boy. Ooh. See, and it just gives that little bit of sparkle of texture, which gives you a bit of woomph. And in fact, you can, if you want, you can put a few little bits of you could also do finger painting and put some on your finger. You see, you can roll it around and finger painting is wonderful. It is it's a wonderful stress reliever. It's like, it's almost as good as bursting bubble wrap for stress relief, you know. But it's, you know, you don't want to overdo it, and you want to try and get people to come here, but you don't want them to go there. So it's no good putting out every little limpet and whelk on the rocks there, because you're going to drag the eye. All it wants is a shape to bring you into the picture. I think it does need a little bit in that right-hand corner, though. And I don't want detail, but I do want maybe a little bit of change of tone. So I'll mix a little bit more colour here. And there we are. And, just get some shape. There we are. Now I'll see what it looks like with a mount on, and we may have to add a few other things, like a periscope or a or jaws. But the point is, you know, it's your picture, and you can do what you like with your picture. I mean, I often get someone coming from my class, and you know, the lady gets home from the art class, and they say, well, the husband looks and says, well, I've never seen a boat float in the water like that. Well, I mean, the answer is, it's not your flaming boat. It's my boat, and my boat floats in my pictures that way, you see? And that's all that matters, because really, it's a statement of how you see things. No. I mean, I know how I see things, but I want to know how you see things, which is different to me. And so always bear that in mind, you see? Or you can maybe put a... Now, you see, if you put birds in, you don't want to have them equally spaced and all the same size. You see, we don't want the dam busters coming in squadron, you see. We want, you know, one like that, one like, and they're all, you see that, and you could do them, so, and they're bringing you into the picture, you see, and you know, and but anyway, that's a little sample of what I do, and I hope you've enjoyed it. And if you've got any questions, I'm quite happy to bat if you have any. And there's I say some of the ones I've done this week are over there, plus other ones, and the demonstration pictures are. This is the commercial. They're 35, and I have prints in the shop, and I also have 4 books on painting, and I think there's about 15 DVDs. There's another 6 on pastels coming out next Christmas. So, and it keeps me on a mischief, and I love it, absolutely adore it. And what a great life I got, you know. Got a great wife, and I got a great career now, and I'm enjoying myself like Billy O. And you meet great people. I mean, I met some marvellous. The lecturers this week are a great bunch. I mean, they're full of humour, and we had some really good laughs around the table, and we. So, and I've learned a bit about the Baltic. So, anyway, thank you for listening to this inane drivel, and I'm doing another one in a couple of days' time. And if you want to join the art classes, you're most welcome to do so. And please, you know, I will always answer questions on art. I will always tell you the truth. If I don't know it, I'll tell you I don't know it. But if I do know it, I won't keep it in my back pocket. You must pass the baton. Anyway, thank you very much.